Shalom, shalom to the family online. Hope everybody's doing good. And everybody turn their Wi-Fi off, please. So shalom, shalom to the people online. Sister Patricia, shalom. Mama Judah. That's gonna make sure we know that's Mama Judah. All praise to the Most High. It's good to see you when we saw you, sister. Today this lesson is it's kind of personal. It's kind of personal. And it's personal because I lost a family member. I lost a cousin, as a matter of fact. Beautiful 35-year-old woman. I lost her to the hands of heathen. You know, so let me give Ecclesiastic because it's all right, 12 and 10. The title of this lesson is "Don't Trust Your Enemy." Don't you know by now? Something like that. I mean, how would you learn by now? I mean, we're so quick to forget and forgive everybody else but ourselves. You know, but the Most High left examples in the scriptures where he told you, remember this. You know what I'm saying? Remember they did this to you. Why would God say that? If God wanted you to just be hee ha ha with everybody and just forgive everybody, why when you go through crazy things fighting off heathens would he say, remember this, keep a memorial of this? That's what Passover is. Passover is a celebration of the Most High smiting the damn Egyptians. That's why you don't see you see any pharaohs around lately? You see some jakes who think they pharaohs. When you see some real pharaohs around here, no, you don't. And we celebrate that on the Passover. All praise to the Most High. Let me get that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. It reads, never trust thine enemy.
Sometimes.
Never trust thine enemy.
For if she married me, I could trust her then, right?
Never trust thine enemy.
Okay.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So now enemy can be in two different contexts, because you can have enemy of your nation, right? You have a brother like Saul and David, right?
Right.
Would it be safe to say they was enemies? But that was his brother though. Right. So what did he do? Did he hate him or did he pray for him?
Pray for him.
All right, let me get Leviticus 19 and 17. So your brother would be your fellow Israelite. He could be your enemy. So-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and the children of Israel scattered to the four corners of the earth. We ain't forgot about y'all. I'm doing my research right now. I'm trying to go through all where the other slave trades went, through Sri Lanka and Indonesia and all that stuff. And I'm trying to learn all the customs of these different tribes, and I'm trying to like figure out who's my people.
Right?
I'm saying, because that's part of Zephaniah 2 and 1 to gather yourself together. We gotta. That's why I give it. I give it up to IUIC. They be getting out there. You know what I mean? Let me get that. Leviticus 19 and 17.
Hey, and to your point, the Lord said these curses will be a sign.
And you know what? Through the spirit, I found a tribe in India. And they face police brutality. They face all the same stuff we face, and they're like alienated from the other people. And not only do they look different, they're on the bottom of society. They curse in the city. I'm almost like 100 that they Israelites. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do my due diligence and study to show myself approved. I'm definitely not gonna start naming Israelites around the world,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna search it out though. You know what I mean?
Right. Search out the matter.
Con.
Leviticus 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So you might have enemies of your nation, but you can't hate them. Okay, you can't hate enemies within your nation. Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
All right, next verse.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Okay,
Con. So you can't bear. Read that over again.
Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
So you can't hold a grudge against your people. The children of thy people. Did it say you can't hold a grudge against anybody?
Against thy people.
Okay, so people try to, and we don't. I've learned to not focus on heathens, especially when street teaching and stuff. But you do have to know who your enemy is. If the Most High said never trust them, right? You got to at least like identify who these people are. Okay. So with that being said, I would say it's a healthy thing to hold a little bit of a grudge. It kind of give you like a little buffer to make you not get so comfortable with them, because they'll try to get ha with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Next thing you know, he in HR trying to take your job. Why? Because he wants your spot.
Right.
Most I say you let him sit next to you before you turn around, he's gonna be in your spot. Right. That's what happened to the Native Americans. You know what I mean? So if you look up in the Blue Letter Bible, enemy, it comes up and it says adversaries or other nations. Okay, so let me get 2 Timothy 2 and 15.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 15. It reads, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
So you're supposed to study so you can be approved to God, not to man, but to God, so that you will never be ashamed of, how you break stuff down. Because if you read enough, what I'm saying, you're going to be able to rightly divide the word of truth. So I know in the world, they tell you everybody should just get along. Slavery was a long time ago. Get over it. Love everybody. But as I'm reading the Bible, I'm not getting that. So I'm, through the Spirit, going to try to rightly divide the word of truth today. So let me get Isaiah 28:9.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Go down to verse 10.
Right, verse 10. For precept must be upon precept.
So you got to keep reading. You're not going to get the proper understanding from one precept. You got to keep on reading. Go ahead.
Precept upon precept. Line upon line.
So he's emphasizing, you got to keep reading. Revelation 1 and 3 says, blessed is he that readeth. Go ahead.
Line upon line. Here a little and there a little.
Okay, so let me get 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21. So my claim here is you can't trust your enemy, and that's what the Bible says. But I'm gonna try to dig into it to where it's unrefutable, because at an alarming rate, especially our women, our men do it too. But I'm not trying to sound biased, but it's worse when our women get with heathens, because those children are going to be heathens. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's really a waste. You know what I mean? So let me get 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21. So I want to prove to our women, especially, to stay within 12 tribes of Israel. I don't think I'm wrong by saying that. From all my understanding, the Most High says it. Go ahead.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 21. Prove all things.
Uh-huh.
Hold fast that which is good.
So prove all things, and then once you've proven it and you figured out that it's right, hold on to it. Okay. And as you can see, it's a lot. Let me get 1 Peter 4:11. There's a lot of precepts coming out already, and I like to teach like that. I like to tell a story through the scriptures. I don't like to say my words too much, because what I say don't really matter. And once somebody, that's what the pastors do. You know what I'm saying? The pastors be say what, like 2-3 verses, be speaking for an hour, hooting and hollering. You know what I mean? Talking about madness, talking about twerk for the Lord and all that type of madness. Then go hang out with Diddy.
Or pouring syrup on the Bible.
Yeah, that Jake going off, man.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, pouring syrup on the Bible. Somebody did that. Or having first husbands. Type of weird madness. But you in a church with a Bible that says, if a man lie with mankind, your blood shall surely be upon you. And then go home and lay with a man. You know what I'm saying? Man. That's why I like to teach where you can't really argue with what I'm saying, because I'm reading the Bible. If you don't believe in what I'm saying, then that's a scripture that say you're not mad at me, you mad at God. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yep. 1 Peter 4:11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God.
So if any man is speaking to you, he should be speaking to you through the laws of God. He should be speaking to you with the words of God. Go ahead.
If any man minister, let him do it as the ability which God giveth.
Oh, Go ahead.
Right? That God in all things may be glorified through Yahushua HaMashiach.
So they should be preaching Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And what he's preaching about Christ should be glorifying God and God's word and what he said. And nothing should be contrary to it. Go ahead.
To whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen.
And that's who you should praise, God, forever. Ecclesiasticus 4:28. Just setting the baseline real quick before I really get into it.
Sirach?
Yes. No. Yes. All right. All right.
The book of Sirach 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death.
Till when?
Till death.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall fight for thee.
Strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So you shouldn't. That's basically the Lord telling you never gonna know everything. So you should always keep an open mind and always continue to read and learn. So what is the truth?
The law.
You get the law. And who's the law personified? John 14:6. It connect like puzzle pieces. When you really go precept upon precept, like the Bible, New Testament, Old Testament, Apocrypha, is really telling you one thing. And it's not telling you just have faith in Christ and that's it. Because the Bible will tell you that the law is the truth. And it tells you strive for the truth. And then Yahushua says this right here.
The book of John 14:6. Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way.
He is the way. What he did is the way. The way he did it, that's the move. That's the way. However you want to say it, whatever generation you in. Go ahead.
The truth and the light.
He's the what?
The truth.
He's the truth. It says strive for the truth until death. So strive for Yahushua, who said he is the way, who was perfect, a man that had no guile in his mouth. He never lied. He never committed a sin. So yeah, you can have faith in Christ, but if you have faith in Christ, then you have faith in his words. Is this red letter?
Red letter.
Read it again.
Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the light.
The truth and the light. He's the light in the darkness. What does that mean? Anything that you're confused about? You ever seen them little bracelets that said, what would Jesus do? So you confused, you dark about anything, go see what Jesus would have did. First of all, he wouldn't break no law.
That's playing upon tables.
Okay. So let me get 1 Peter 2:21. Just to nail this point in.
First Peter 2 and verse 21.
Mhm.
For even hereunto were ye called,
Con.
because Christ also suffered for us.
So you were called because Christ suffered for us. That's basically telling you the only reason why you here is because of the grace of Yahweh Shah. It's the only reason why you here. You got to know that. It is important to have faith in Christ. Go ahead.
Leaving us an example.
Of what?
An example.
Of what?
An example. That ye should follow his steps.
Christians. You should follow his steps. We were just talking about this. I don't know how you got an OnlyFans talking with your bio on Instagram talking about no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? When Yahweh, it just says Christ suffered for you, leaving an example that you should follow in his steps. So let's ask, let's say this. What would Jesus do? Would Jesus have an OnlyFans? No, negative. So if you a Christian and you got an OnlyFans, you're doing anything contrary to what the Most High God said through his son, Yahweh Shai, you're going off. You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself on, brother Namanawap said. Let me get the next verse, 22.
Verse 22. Who did no sin.
Who did what?
Who did no sin.
Who sinned sometimes.
Who did no sin.
Who sinned after he was tempted.
Who did no sin.
Okay.
Neither was guile found in his mouth.
He didn't talk just to talk. When he said something, he had a purpose. And we get Romans 12 and 2. So what's the first step in figuring out your role in this world, or what you're supposed to do to be a follower of Christ, or a believer in God, or a spiritual person? Because the law is spiritual. Go ahead.
Romans 12 and 2. And be not conformed to this world.
So you can't be molded by this world. If you're doing too much stuff that other worldly people doing, you might want to evaluate yourself. Go ahead.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
So when you come out this world, you're gonna have to be transformed. It's like the old person is gonna have to die. You're not gonna come out the world into the truth and just observe the Sabbath and then you good. You're gonna have to make major changes, most likely. Go ahead.
Salakia, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
And that's how you prove that's how you prove to yourself and to others what the real will of God is. You have to change your mind and you got to flee from the world, because there's many things in this world that seem to be okay, that are promoted to be okay, that we have to prove what is good and acceptable to God. Like marrying the sons of the people who put us in slavery, who attacked us when we got outside of Egypt, who slew Abel, who vowed to kill his brother after his dad died. It's the same spirit reincarnated over and over. What makes you think now that he gonna love you today? You wanna know why? Isaiah 1 and 3. This why you think you're gonna get anything contrary to what history shows you. Recent history, biblical history, and stuff in your own life. Because I guarantee, man, you know how many times I'm at work and I'm dealing with some type of heathen, and one of my coworkers say, I know they go home and call you an N-word. I know it. You could, they might confide in somebody that I know at the job that they don't know I'm really cool with, and they'll come tell me all the backbiting stuff that they saying. That's how they really feel. Go ahead.
Isaiah 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know.
Israel don't know who they belong to. Israel don't know who they are. So therefore, you don't even understand that you got a Bible that's telling you all these people who you confide in and rub elbows with, they didn't tore you to pieces for centuries. That's the important part about knowing who you are and knowing who your adversary is. Go ahead.
It reads, "My people do it not consider."
You don't even consider. As long as you got a scat pack, as long as you know got a cool little job, as long as you got a little attention from a couple people, as long as you doing okay, you don't care who you are. I'm black. I'm African American. And say it proudly, right? Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud, right? Stand on it. What the hell is black? Wasn't you colored 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Wasn't you a Negro 40 years before that? Did they say that in the slave field? Say it loud. I'm colored and I'm proud.
Call them Negro.
They gonna make something else up new. Watch. Like that one female said, I'm a melanated goddess.
She said, "I'm a melanated
goddess." So is the Arab woman a melanated goddess too? Because they don't like you. So how you determine who's who and who's what and who's your kin and who's not? You know what I'm saying? So let me get Second Thessalonians 1:6. Because the Most High said you cannot hold a grudge against your brother. You cannot avenge. You can't get no get back. It ain't no they up one, I'm about to go up two. The Most High said you can't do that. So somebody might say, well, it said your neighbor, right? So if I got people who are not Israelites or not so-called black or Hispanic people that live next to me, I'm gonna have to turn my cheek to them too, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
The Most High said it's a righteous thing with God to get your get back to people that trouble you. So is God double-minded?
Nah.
Is God saying don't hold a grudge and don't avenge nobody, and then saying it's righteous to avenge yourself? He can't be saying that. That's why I had to differentiate between enemies. Enemies of your people, you can't avenge or can't have a grudge. And enemies of who God told you your enemy is, it's a righteous thing to get tribulation. He said we're going to be his battle axes of war. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and start finding heathens and executing judgment on them.
Yeah, because Jake gonna take it like that. Like, hold on.
But what I'm telling you is you don't, I feel like our people feel like they have to like everybody. What's up? Go ahead.
Yeah, talk about holding grudges. Deuteronomy 25:17 tells us to, don't forget what Amalek did to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it definitely does. And I'm gonna get into some else too about that too. So, it says that we're gonna have war with Amalek from generation to generation. If I'm at war with somebody, I don't want to turn my back to him. I damn sure don't want to trust him. Okay. So, like I said, I'm not telling you to go execute judgment on the heathen, because the Most High gonna do that. But what I am saying is, you ain't got to be hee hee ha ha with them. I'm gonna have more patience with my brother. Now, when it comes to a heathen, hey, put your hands on me. It's a wrap.
Yep, we're gonna show you.
It's a wrap. We were street teaching today. Almost got ugly. Heathen tried to run up on the mod a little too close. Almost got ugly for him. I'm not gonna have no patience for him.
Hey, Salakia King, we was out street teaching as well, and a brother that's in Islam, he came up and I asked him, like, whose religion is Islam, and he said it's my religion, brother. I'm like, nah, brother. I mean, so the Arab is your brother? He said, yeah, the Arab is my brother. Why? Because they share the same religion.
He'll be the first one to shoot a Jake. And call it self-defense.
Talking about assalamu alaikum. Oh, Bob. You
look at him crazy, huh?
I cut him, Bob. Wait, man.
Let me get Psalms 139 and 21. So it says you can't hold a grudge against your people, against the children of thy people, against your neighbor, right? Okay, so that's trying to differentiate between who God Most High said you can deal with this way and who the Most High God said you can deal with that way. Because just like relationships, the Most High said you can deal with certain people and you can't deal with certain people. But we're gonna get to it. It's gonna speed up in a minute. Trust me. Go ahead.
Psalms 139 and verse 21.
Uh-huh.
Do not I hate them?
Who? Wait, do not what?
Do not I hate them?
Okay.
Oh Lord,
Uh-huh.
that hate thee?
Because these people do not love God. I saw this video where because if you don't love God's son, then you don't love God. I saw this video where this person was walking around asking random people, and it happened to be mostly Edomites, mostly so-called white people, was asking them, do you believe in Jesus? They were like, no. Like 90% of them gave them like a, hell no, get out of my face. You feel me? So these people hate God. I know there's it's Christian churches full of them. We're going to get into a story where they claim to want to worship our God, but they don't love God. They don't. Go ahead.
Salakia, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee?
So, should I not be grieved? Like, should I not be vexed for the people who rise up against God, who don't believe in God, who touch the apple of God's eyes? Like, am I wrong for that? Next verse, 22.
I hate them with perfect hatred.
What?
I hate them with perfect hatred.
Uh-huh.
I count them mine enemies.
So your enemies. They was hating their enemies right here with a perfect hatred. And there was nothing wrong with that.
Hey, David had the heathen in subjection. Threw 10,000 of the Edomites off a cliff.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
So, like I said, I'm not telling you to go out. I'm not telling you to go out and start, looking for people to attack. That's not what I'm saying. But it's okay if you don't like heathens. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't like them at all. There's certain ones I really don't like. So to my point, the spirit of the Most High is that through the spirit of the Most High, other nations have to have a little bit of healthy dislike for other nations. There's nothing wrong with that. You should not be comfortable with these people. You should not be rubbing elbows or having personal relationships with them, especially sexual relationships through the precepts we know is marriage. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1.
Bring it up.
Yes, sir.
The book of Deuteronomy 7 and verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations.
No, kept the nations there to rub elbows with them.
Cast out many nations.
Okay, go ahead.
Before thee,
the
Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
Verse 2.
And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them.
Thou shalt love them.
Thou shalt smite them.
Thou shalt have kids with them.
Thou shalt smite them.
They should be kissing on them.
Thou shalt smite.
Go ahead. That's what our people be doing. Unfortunately, that's what my cousin was doing in the course of her life. Go ahead.
And utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
You should make marriages with them.
No covenant with them.
You should marry your daughters and marry your sons to them.
No covenant with them.
No agreement with them. That's where the 10th tribe went wrong too. Start making treaties with them.
Right.
How'd that go?
Horrible. Wow.
Go ahead.
Nor show mercy unto them.
They don't never show no mercy unto us. How many times they done killed babies? We're going to get into it, man. Verse 3.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
I want a little light-skinned baby.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
I want a little Steph Curry.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
I want a baby with good hair.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
I got teased when I was younger for being dark skinned. I want a light skinned baby.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
I didn't hear it all. Go ahead.
Thy daughter, Salakia, thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son,
Plain upon tables. Go ahead.
nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
So the nations that I cast out to put you here alone, because I don't want you around them, said, learn not the way of the heathen. Don't make any covenant with them. Don't let them come around you. Don't show no mercy. If they gotta be a servant to you, he said, don't give them no mercy, right?
Right.
I mean, hey, they did it to you.
Come.
Get rigorous with it. Give them something hard to do.
Hewers of wood and drawers of water.
Yeah, man, get them out there. Them little what I call them? Huckleberry Finn. Yeah, get out there. Some overalls on. Go out there and get red real quick.
Get busy.
I mean, they say this hate speech, but the Most High said, don't show no mercy unto them. I'm just reading the Bible. And if you don't believe this, you might need to check out a church. Go get your arms back. So first and foremost, because the Most High God says so, and on top of that, they hate you. They hate the Most High. They hate his laws. They hate that he chose us to be his people. And again, they despise his laws. That's why they made a law saying it's okay to be a transformer. It's okay. Man, I've seen some of those confusions. It was a woman that transformed into being a man. And she, because I'm not going to say he because it ain't a he, she married. See, I'm getting confused already with the pronouns. So a woman changed to be a man, and she married a man that changed to be a woman.
Damn.
You might as well just stay what you was at first.
Yep.
Jake all tall, dressed like a woman, and then the little transformer, the one that turned to a man, all short. It just look weird. It's confusion. That's how we in Babylon. Sodom and Gomorrah had to be a crazy place, man. Yeah, they got a little transformer son about to be tall as hell, just like Magic Johnson's son. Yeah. Confused. He confused. It's confusion. That's what Babylon means. Confusion. Let me get Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 37, verse 12. So this is where, and I always say we have to use real life examples, and sometimes you got to share the ugly truth with your people in order for them to learn and understand. And it really hasn't set into me really that my cousin has passed away yet, but I'm using her life as an example because when we try to sweep everything under the rug, it makes it to where it's hard for the people, our children, and the people after us to learn. I be telling my son some of the mistakes I made, not because I could just try to make my image of him seem perfect, but I tell him some of the mistakes I made so he don't make it, so he could be more perfect. You feel me? So this is what my cousin should have did. Let me get Sirach 37 and 12.
Sirach 37 and verse 12. But be continually with a godly man,
Okay.
whom thou knowest to keep the commandments.
Who does cocaine?
Whom thou knowest to keep the
Who
commandments.
play with fentanyl?
Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord. Whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
He probably don't even know she dead. Don't care. Probably doing drugs with somebody else. Tell you a little back. I don't remember if I gave you the background story, but beautiful 35-year-old young lady, no kids, dealing with Edomites, trying to chase a lifestyle and a Melrose shopping and doing all this stuff to make herself feel like she living this lifestyle when she live in South Central LA. Why he didn't take you to live with him? Because he probably had a wife and he don't want to be seen with a black girl. He just want to
use her.
Do what the slave master did. Do what his forefathers did.
Right.
And my cousin, perfectly healthy woman, my aunt found her in her room, cold, dead, no signs of trauma, nothing. What happened? They found cocaine in her system. She wasn't a druggie. And I believe they're still doing tests. I believe it was fentanyl involved. And ironically, right after she took down all this Edomite pictures off her page, I believe that they probably went out trying to do some reconcile stuff. It didn't go good, and I think he poisoned her. I think he spiked her with some fentanyl, because fentanyl will take a perfectly healthy person and stop you in your tracks. You know, and Most High God said, "Don't trust your enemies. Be with a godly man who knows the commandments." If that's what she would have been doing, she'd have been here still.
Hey, that's the spirit of Esau as well. If you ain't gonna be with me or do as I tell you, I need to do away.
Yeah,
with
he
you.
do his own. He do his own women like that. So you think he give a damn about a sister?
That was light work.
Get you up out of here, man. Yeah, he know he a nurse. So I messaged somebody off her Instagram page that I noticed, did my little investigation and went and seen who commented on her page the most, like female wise. And I hit her up and I asked her, I told her what happened. She was shocked, of course. She didn't believe it, and I asked her, did she know this guy? And she said, yeah, I know who this guy is, and he has a history with women and drugs. So my suspicion was not evil. It was. I'm not stupid. My cousin wasn't no dope head. When you see, I'm gonna show some pictures of her at the end. You could tell she didn't do drugs. You could just tell. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 4.
Deuteronomy 7 and verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
So these heathens will turn away your sons and your daughters from following you, right? Especially the weak ones. My cousin, her mother passed away, unfortunately, about 20 years ago, before she was even 18. And she never knew who her father was. So she was very weak mentally, spiritually. It'd be men out here who don't have a dad who join gangs because they're looking for a father figure. Imagine a woman. Go ahead.
That they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
And that's what happened to her. People be like, God, give me a sign. People be thinking the judgments of the Lord. They think every judgment of God is going to be like a horn sounding and your house shaking. No, the Lord judge every day. No matter what I say, your time of visitation might be tonight. And the Lord visit her, because the Lord kills, he brings alive, he heals, the Lord did it, man. So let's make her an example of what not to do, so we can make some repentance and have some people watching this maybe who, I don't know, it's a pandemic or people wanting to be with heathens, especially white people. I don't understand it, man. They base people. Yeah, for real, Stockholm Syndrome. And when they sweat, their hair stick to their body.
And they smell like dog.
For real, I'm serious.
I was by Edom. I'm thinking a female dog is in the building.
It was.
Man, foul.
So let me get Sirach 37 and 11. Unfortunately, this sudden destruction my cousin had to face making marriage with these devils. Because even though you think you just dating, she was married to the Edomite. She had sex with him. I'm pretty sure she did. Hopefully, after this lesson is done, I could change the course of a brother or a sister, especially who thinks that dating heathens is okay or cool, and save their life. Can you get rid of Mike? Can you grab it from right here though? And keep. I wish I could have saved hers. You know what I mean? I feel like it's more I could have did, and I'm kind of upset with myself, but I was stuck in a place where I was trying to find a way to communicate with her without offending her too much, where she'll just block me out. So,
Well, they're making it harder now because you haven't seen the TikTok. The trend now is these heathen nations being with a black woman, and
Yeah.
how the black woman transformed them into
Yeah.
somebody cool.
Yeah. It said before the black girl effect. Yeah. So now it's gonna be heathens out here looking to, destroy our women's hearts with these gifts and stuff. I'm gonna go a little bit into that too. I'm gonna touch on a couple little points. Through the spirit, I could go all night on this on this lesson, but I'm gonna cut it short at a respectable time. Like I said, I wish I could have saved her life. I wish one of my brothers who loves God and keeps his commandments could have married my cousin. Could have nourished her mind with righteousness, nourished her body with fruit. Brought forth more Israelites, more sand of the sea, instead of being defiled with drugs and the Lord knows what else. Probably fentanyl. I really honestly believe he poisoned her with fentanyl, because that only stays in your system so long. So if they don't find you in time, it's like they almost can't. You know a little bit about that, right? How long does fentanyl stay in your system? I read it said it was like 12 hours or something.
A little over 12 hours.
12 hours. So if you do the fentanyl and they don't find you for 10 hours and they don't get to do the autopsy in the next 2 hours, it's like it's just slipped through there.
And then a person who's ODing on fentanyl, you got to get to them quickly with Narcan.
Yeah.
They're gonna die.
Well, she had her work uniform on from the night before, and my aunt is recovering from cancer. She was pretty much like almost like she's home alone. You feel me? So it was nobody that could help her, unfortunately. Sirach 37 and 11. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Salakia, give me a second.
You good, King?
Salakia. I'm tripping. I forgot I had this. It's way easier.
There you go.
Yeah. Let me see how I look on there. Yeah, it's a little delay. It's all good.
Yeah, you got it.
Right. Yep. Still, it's little though.
They gotta make it full screen.
Yeah. Hey, La, which one is it, La? To make me small in the corner. My bad. It's Salakia. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know how we usually do it. Which one is it? Which one of these is it? Is that one? Okay. That one? Okay, con. Salakia family. That's it. We go down. So, all right. Ecclesiasticus 37 and 11.
Sirach chapter 37 and verse 11.
Con.
Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Go ahead.
Read it again.
Yeah.
Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous.
Uh-huh.
Neither with a coward in matters of war. nor with a merchant concerning exchange, nor with a buyer of selling,
Mhm.
nor with an envious man of thankfulness.
So never consult before we read this next part. You know, when you're in a relationship with somebody, you consult with them. So this, you get advice from especially a woman. A woman is supposed to be the, you know, you're supposed to have a head as a husband, right? So you consult with your husband all the time, or you should, right? So in this context, this could be saying, don't deal with these type of people as far as relationships. Read the next part.
No, Salakia, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness.
So kindness, marriage is like a kind thing. You're supposed to love each other and support each other. So don't consult with an unmerciful man with something that's supposed to be rooted in kindness and togetherness, like a marriage. So I'm gonna show a couple little pictures. So this right here is a depiction of a sister hanging. She got a dress on. The sister hanging. Did you say this is a unmerciful act? It's an unmerciful act. So it's a lot of dirt on these people. Another sister hanging. Is this an unmerciful act? Who did it?
The white man.
Is that a fact? Do I gotta show some proof for that? The Asian man didn't do it. Even though they didn't all had their turns at cracking that whip on us. But I'm especially focused on this man right here. This is the latest. Fair use. Yeah, this is fair use for these pictures. Yeah. This is the latest and greatest. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 54 real quick. 68. Says we've proven all things. Let's just prove, because the Most High God tells you who your enemies are. So you should listen to this, because this is not my words. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into slavery again.
With ships.
Let me get Exodus 22 real quick.
That's Egypt. That don't mean Egypt. That's not talking about America.
Exodus 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What is Egypt?
Out of the house of bondage.
Translated as Mizraim, between a rock and a hard place. That's what it means. A tight spot. Egypt was a tight spot for Israel. It was ruling them with vigor. So read Deuteronomy 28 and 68 again, but replace Egypt with slavery, bondage, a tight spot,
right,
between a rock and a hard place.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
Everybody knows we came over here with ships. Even if you believe black people was over here before, which they were, I'll give you that. The 10 tribes was over here, but we came over here with ships. There's many evidence of sunken ships, sharks taking the same migratory routes as the ships because they was eating us when we jumped over. Just do a little bit of research and you'll figure it out. It's not a lie. It's by the mouth of like 2,500 witnesses, not even 2. Go ahead.
Hey, they done made museums of ships now.
Yeah, ship museum. They got record books, but people think one. See, Jake think he's smart. People think because one thing is true that the other thing's not. Oh, we was already over here. Okay, we could have already been over here and came over here on ships too. Yeah. They would. Why one? Both could be true. Why are we arguing? Why you just think dispelling what I'm telling you is gonna make what you saying right? I'm agreeing with you, brother. We was over here already, but we came over here on ships too. This is a prophecy of the Most High God. It's not, nothing's gonna come back void. Go ahead.
And the key thing is slavery.
We're going to slavery again,
right?
On ships.
That
happened to blacks from the west coast of Africa, Hispanics from South and Central America, all into the Gulf of Mexico and all those islands over there. And it happened to Native Americans when they started sending them from the Gulf of Mexico to all the different islands over there too. It's records of all this stuff. Just look it up like I did. Go ahead.
Right. by the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Mhm.
thou shalt see it no more
Have
again.
you seen your homeland again?
Lie,
You even seen where you came from in Africa again?
lie.
Do you know where you came from in Africa?
Don't know why.
Okay, go ahead.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Uh-huh.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You should be what?
Sold unto your enemies.
On auction blocks.
Sold unto your enemies.
So if someone takes you from your homeland and transports you to a land you don't know on a boat and sells you to someone, that person that you're sold to is your enemy. Thus said the Lord. Am I right? Am I stretching it?
Lie.
It's plain. Is that plain?
Con.
Okay. So now go back to where you was before.
Con.
So back to what I was saying. Is this an unmerciful act? And this is the hanging of a Mexican woman right here. I'll tell you the story about this woman. Her name was Josefa, the only woman that ever got hung in California. You know what happened with her? It's when the gold rush and everybody was coming to California, and she lived in the house, and she lived with a man, and she wasn't married on paper because everybody knew your business back then because it was like one chapel. So they used to call her a whore because she wasn't married on paper to her husband. And one time this white man called her a whore, and she said, she's like a spicy Latina. She said, "You ain't gonna come up in my house and say that." And he came up in her house and she stabbed him to death. Sound like self-defense with me. Sound like he was attacking her.
Right.
And even the people back then said she got hung for being Mexican, not for what she did. Because they said if she had blonde hair and blue eyes, she would have been fine. She would have got off fine. Okay. So these are unmerciful acts. Okay. This is an unmerciful act. And they kind of made this a high res one. Fair use. Fair use. And look at him. Look at Edom. Idumea. Look at Esau. Look at the border of wickedness.
That wicked finger.
He like, I did it. We did it. He probably pulled the rope. He probably pulled the stuff from up under him. Now read that last part again. Don't consult with who?
It says, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness.
Don't consult with unmerciful men, which are his son. He could be the damn Edomite who killed my cousin. Most High told us don't consult with these people. We gotta start listening. Start being wise in our own mind. Give me Isaiah 5:21.
Isaiah 5:21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes.
The Most High God said, don't consult with unmerciful man. But he seems nice and he takes me out and, he buys me things and I kind of like him. So I'm going to date him. Read again.
Woe unto them that are wise.
Destruction.
Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes.
And what?
And prudent in their own sight.
So the Most High said he's going to destroy you if you think that you're smart and you don't have to listen to me. I'm not even done yet. And it's said plenty of times. It said plenty of times not to mess with heathens. Let me get Ezra 9:12. And I just remember, everybody online, we got a new channel. It's called Precepts Around the Clock. Go like, comment, subscribe. It's just videos, brothers just uploading videos, brothers just going over breakdowns, brothers just getting on fire. The brother right here got a good video coming up.
Right?
Yeah.
All praise to the Most High. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah. So we're gonna put it in the chat. So everybody click that, support it. There's more ways to support the family than just money.
Con.
Money do help though. Solve all things. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, comment, and subscribe, please. So this is the heathen right here. I'm trying to find this guy, man. I want him to do what they did when they investigated my brother for murder. I want him to go look through his cell phone, look through their text messages, see if they met up that night before.
Con.
When it's Jake, you do it.
Yep.
When it's Jake, you subpoena the every GPS records from the car. You subpoena everything.
Right.
I'm really trying to find this cat right here because I need to investigate him. I'm positive he poisoned my cousin, and even if he gave it to her and she did it willingly, now it's a law, right? If you sell somebody drugs and they die from it, you got to answer for that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Ain't what's the white boy rapper Mac Miller?
Yeah, Mac Miller.
He died, right?
Yep.
The person who sold him the drugs, he in jail, right?
Yep.
And he need to come get this dude, man. He come get this dude, because if I was in an old state of mind,
Do him in.
man, for real. So this right here is contrary to the Most High God's will. I mean, am I stretching it? I mean, I think I said enough already, but we're gonna go into it more though. This is against the will of the Most High God, and that's my cousin right there. Her name was Asia. She's no longer with us.
Rest in peace. Huh?
So again, never trust thy enemy, because he might poison you. He will poison you mentally, but physically too. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Again, you know what? I'm gonna read it. Never trust thy enemy. Just for as like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And iron is gonna rust. You leave iron out in the elements, it's gonna rust. You're gonna come back, it's gonna be rusty for sure. And the Most High is a poet. He said these people are gonna for sure be wicked towards you. And he already said the people who sell you after they take you on slavery is your enemy. So I'm not saying the white man is the enemy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have white friends in the world.
Yeah.
But the Most High God said they're your enemy. So that's my enemy. The Most High God said they wicked. So they wicked. I think we be in denial in the world. So using the Pharaoh and his chariots as an example, just to get the proper understanding of the enemy. Let me get because the Apocrypha is not in the Blue Letter Bible for some reason. Let me get Exodus 15.
Con, what you want, Malak?
15 and 9.
Con. Ready?
Con.
Con.
Well, actually, I don't need you to read it.
Okay.
It says the enemy said, I will pursue. Okay, so let's get the definition of enemy.
Yeah.
Definition of enemy is personal or a national enemy. Hating an adversary, enemy, foe. So it's an adversary. Okay, that's what I was getting to. It's an adversary. Okay. Let me get Revelation 2:9. So adversary is opponent, an enemy. It's the same thing. An opponent in a lawsuit, especially Satan. Satan is the enemy.
Ready?
Not yet.
Okay.
So Satan, the devil, false accuser, slanderer. Okay, go ahead.
Con. Revelation 2 and verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So these people right here, It's the same word. Basically, it means your enemy. So that's another point at who your enemy is. Who are the people that claim to be Jews that are in the land right now? Small hat. Just keep it about. It's white people. Okay. So a lot of times we use color scriptures about Esau, but there's many characteristics of Esau. He is a cunning hunter. Who likes to hunt? Who likes to go out in the wilderness with the whole suit on, with the mask on, and like to sit in the tree with the camouflage, with the net on top of him and all, with a sniper rifle and all that? Jake doing that? I barely could get my wife to go to the tabernacles, man. She said she need bug spray. She need, you know what I mean? It's a lot of characteristics of Esau that don't have nothing to do with color, along with prophecy. So we're gonna dive into a little bit of it. For the sake of time, we're not gonna get into all of it. Let me get to Ezra 4. So now we get into it. It's a history. This is biblical history. You cannot refute this. It's funny, everybody want to say the Bible a fairy tale, but when they talk about Alexander the Freak, is that a fairy tale? Or that's what they taught you about that, because that's they people. Go ahead. 4:1.
The book of Ezra 4:1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Lord God of Israel, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you. For we
said, what?
Let us build with you.
Let us come up in there. Let us come in there and get a part of that. And they slick devils, man. If you get the context of this, these heathens had already gentrified all of northern Israel already. They already had all our northern land. We trying to go to Jerusalem and duck off and just do our thing, man. And y'all want to come down here just like they coming down from Hawthorne to Inglewood, Palos Verdes, just like they coming from downtown LA. Man, I saw a heathen on 56 and Fig in a house with a Tesla. I'm like, 56 and Fig? This is the hood. You drive down the street, it's the Hoovers right there. He must know something. He must know, like, man, these niggas up out of here soon.
Ever since that stadium,
It's really not. It's really nothing new under the sun. And the heathens, all of them they hate us. They only want to benefit off us. And I always said this: it could be a race of people that hate your people, but will have sex with y'all women. They did it in slavery. So just because Chad got a black or Hispanic woman, when he see that cholo or that nigga, he could still hate him with a perfect hatred, and still go home and be with one of his women, right? So I hear when they be like, I got a black friend, or my wife is black. That don't mean nothing. Half the Jakes that have relationships with white women don't like white people.
What Kendrick said, he was, ravishing her, for payback. Basically.
I got a friend that say that. I still be telling them, you wicked as hell. Stop doing it. Like I doing them just like they did our women. I'm like, nah, you wicked. You wicked. You commit adultery.
You gotta get your get back in righteousness.
Exactly. So continue on that.
Verse 2. Then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God.
I want to be Christian.
For we seek your God as ye do.
Mm-hmm.
And we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Ashar-Hadan, king of Ashur.
So it's just like a Christian walking up to you and say, well, I love Jesus too, bud. I freaking love Jesus too, bud. Get out of here, my face, man. That's what did our forefathers trust the heathen? Keep reading.
Verse 3. But Zerubbabel and Jeshua,
what they do? What they
and
say?
the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, Ye have nothing to do with us.
Yeah, y'all can come over here and carry this wood for us.
Ye have nothing to do with us.
Hey, he didn't even put him to work. He could have put him to work. He said, nah, you have nothing to do with us, bro. Keep on going.
Con, ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our God.
This is our God. He gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments. Kick rocks, bro. You probably see some of our beautiful women over here, and you trying to get in where you fit in. You not. Get up, get up out of here, man. So what they do? Keep going on that.
Con, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord God of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, have commanded us. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah.
So they started making it hard for us. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Right? White man came over here, stole all this land from the Native Americans, from the Mexicans, right? Now, when the Mexicans come back over here, they trying to sell some tacos, and then the white man come and take their car, throw their food away, and give them a ticket and say, you need to get a permit.
Yeah.
Like, dang, I can't even, y'all done already took everything. I can't just, I'm trying to just pay my house. I'm just trying to pay my rent, pay my mortgage.
Because they won't hire them without a green card out. So it's like, I got to make ends meet somehow.
Man.
But you'll take everything away from them.
It's the same thing. It's the same spirit. But these are the same people that hire you to clean their house, though. Just like they was like, can I come build with you? No. Okay, well, I'm gonna make it hard for you then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They use you when it's convenient, and they abuse you at every opportunity. What verse you on?
Verse 4.
Go ahead.
Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in building and hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose all the days of Cyrus, the king of Persia, even until the reign of Darius, king of Persia.
What verse is that?
That was verse 5.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 6. And in the reign of Ahasuerus, in the beginning of his reign, wrote they unto him an accusation against the inhabitants of Judah.
So they're accusing the inhabitants of Judah of what?
In Jerusalem. And in the days of Artaxerxes, wrote Bishlam, Mithridates, Tabir, and the rest of their companies unto Artaxerxes, the king of Persia.
Artaxerxes,
Salakia. And the writing of the letter was written in the Syrian tongue and interpreted in the Syrian tongue. Because
Cyrus gave the edict that we could build our temple up. Cyrus had passed on. Now it's Artaxerxes. So now the people are like, look, we could probably sway the new king to let us go up in here and stop these just hating on us. They just hate. We wouldn't bother. Y'all done already took the northern kingdom. Yeah. It's just plain hate. You feel me? Go ahead.
Rehum, the chancellor, and Shimshai, the scribe, wrote a letter against Jerusalem to Artaxerxes, the king, and his sword. Then wrote Rehum, the chancellor, and Shimshai, the scribe, and the rest of their companions, the Denites, and
this is just like Psalms 83. They're about to name all the nations who was ready to hate on the children of Israel. Go ahead.
You want me to skip that, man?
Read a couple of them. Read the ones you know.
Tarpeles, Arphacites, Archivites, Babylonians.
Who?
Babylonians and the Elamites.
Right. Go ahead.
And the rest of the nations whom the great and noble Asnapper brought over and set in the cities of Samaria.
All right. Hold on that point. You see, I know I got something on that. Well, just know that who that is right there. He brought, after the Syrians marched us out, he was the one who basically was the colonists who brought all the nations in and took the northern kingdom and set everybody up. Just like, they got all Asians, Middle Eastern, everybody over here now. Okay, keep going on that.
And set in the cities of Samaria and the rest that are on this side the river, and at such a time.
Verse.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
This is the copy of the letter, and they Salakia. This is the copy of the letter that they sent unto him, even unto Artaxerxes the king.
12, verse 12.
Verse 12. Be it known unto the king that the Jews which came up from thee to us are come unto Jerusalem,
Mhm.
building the rebellious and bad city.
So now we are rebellious and bad city. You know what I'm saying? Don't this sound familiar? In the Jim Crow era? Oh, he whistled at my wife. Hang him.
Come.
Go ahead.
Building the rebellious and bad city, and have set up the walls thereof, and joined the foundations. Be it known now unto the king that if this city be builded and the walls set up again, then will they not pay toll.
They want what?
They won't pay toll.
That's all Esau is worried about. He said, look, man, if you let them build this up, that's why they don't never want us to build our community up. That's why they're gonna forever have rap music. They're gonna forever pay people like Sexy Red and all these people to poison our community, because spiritually they don't never want us to build our walls up, because then we're gonna start having businesses and spending money in our own community. No, they want us to go to the damn Oriental lady and pay her $100 to do your nails and feet. Can you give her a mic? They want us to buy gas from them. They want us to go to Walmart. They want us to go to all these places where our dollar is going to the damn heathen. That's all they was worried about right here. Go ahead.
They were doing that on TikTok and IG. They the women put together, black women, follow me and I'll follow you back. It was just black women that was supporting black women and black businesses. And the white women got on there saying that we being racist because they can't follow us. Nobody said you couldn't follow us. We trying to, we just worried about our own people, but they got to be in that mix too.
Yeah, and they do it. They just don't have to promote it like we do, because they own all the big corporations. So they don't have to promote it. That's all you see. You go outside and they everywhere. So they don't have to promote it. So they can get their bag without seeming racist, but they only support their own people, especially Asians. Asians will not spend their dollar with you. Tell me last time you seen an Asian in a soul food place. They own it.
Yeah.
And but they people, they know this is geared towards getting them zip in here to give us money.
Yep.
They people ain't coming even in there because you want to know why? Too many black people in there. I don't want to be around them. But let you say I don't want to be around no Asians. You're racist.
Asian hate crime bill.
Hey, yeah, Asian hate crime, man. Go ahead, keep on that.
Verse 12. I'm gonna read it from the top.
Nah, go to 13.
Verse 13. Be it known now unto the king that if this city be builded again and the walls set up again, then they will not pay toll, tribute, and custom, and so thou shalt damage the revenue.
Revenue goes back. It's like a treasury, like a bank account. So if you let these people build this temple and build these walls up, your money gonna be funny. Read 14.
14. Now, because we have maintenance of the king's palace, and it was not meet for us to see the king's dishonor.
So they trying to finesse. They like, we in charge of keeping up with everything, and if your money is funny, it's we just looking out for you, king. But really, they down there, they want to get to Jerusalem. They try to lie and tell us they want to worship our God. That's a damn lie. Okay, you got something? Okay, con. So yeah, they said, King, your money gonna be funny. You let these people, get up. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen again real quick. I'm gonna kill this one. Kill that. All right. Somebody said you're sleepwalking into hell. Wake up, you're in a cult. That's an Edomite. His name's Skeeter. His name's Skeeter. Hey, he probably related to Skip. Skip. Skeeter and Skip. I'm sleepwalking to your slavery. I hope I inherit the kingdom. I hope I see it. Because it's gonna be a strange salvation when you see niggas like me rising up and becoming your master. All right. All right.
Hey, that's why they getting together trying to stop that.
Hey man, the scoffer came, heard Ahmad bringing it out. He came from all the way across the street. Said, you need to shut up. You're disrupting me 2 blocks down. I can hear you guys. I said, good. That means our people over there hear us too. Let's get back to it. So this what the king Artaxerxes' wicked self was worried about right here. Let's look at some statistics on the purchasing power of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. Okay, as of 2021, Black Americans, excuse all my little colorful stuff right here. I don't know, I got OCD or something. Black Americans have estimated 1.6 trillion in purchasing power, which is 9% of the country's total buying power. This is a record high for Black spending power, but Black Americans still have lower financial wellness than other groups in the U.S. However, the Black dollar is responsible for a large portion of consumer spending in the country. So you know what that basically means? Even though we make less and even though we have less, we working a lot. We doing a lot of work for us to be on the bottom of society, but have so much purchasing power. Okay, sound like Egypt to me. Sound like Assyria to me. As of October 2023, the purchasing power of Latinos in the United States is an estimate 3.4 trillion. And like Aram said before in one of his lessons, some of our Latino brothers and sisters be coning and they be in them low white statistics too. So it's probably more than that. Okay. And Native Americans, this one really tripped me out. Native Americans, they only comprise of 1.7% of the population, but they have $115 billion of purchasing power. Okay. So all that, go back to Africa and all that, they don't want us to go back to Africa. Who gonna do the work? Who gonna pick the damn lettuce and the tomatoes and all that?
Who gonna pay taxes faithfully?
Who gonna case pick in them warehouses? Who gonna throw the boxes at FedEx? Who gonna drive the trucks? Risk their life, falling asleep on the road. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna play this, man? Nobody. NBA is finished. So the collective buying power of Asian Americans, including Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders, was 1.3 trillion. So Asians, including Hawaiians, Pacific Islanders, which are like Filipinos, Guam, all that, is only 1.3 trillion. Okay, so that shows you why Pharaoh was tripping. Pharaoh chased us into the damn Red Sea. You know he was really tripping. He was like, I can't let him go. And Artaxerxes, he was like, y'all right, man. They ain't about to come pay us tribute. Okay. So as of 2022, the U.S. population is as follows. White, 251 million, 71% of the population, yet we have enormous buying power. Okay. Black African American, 45 million people. American Indian, Alaskan Native, 4.38 million. Asian, 20.95 million. This is the average wage salary for the United States, which this is an average, which is kind of hard to tell because there's probably a lot of Edomites on, like, actually most of the welfare that we give out in this country is the Edomites. So they're probably bringing this down a lot. I'm pretty sure white people on average, not counting them, probably make like $30 an hour plus. So imagine how many hours we working. So how do you think we get all this purchasing power? From being slaves of a nation, the so-called working class, or gentrified communities that are full of businesses that's owned by heathens on stolen land. So they need us to be able to live deliciously. Okay. So let me give verse 9 and 10.
Ezra.
Yeah.
Con.
Actually, hold on. Let me go to verse. Let me see what verse 9 says. Chapter 5. No, it wasn't chapter 5, verse 9. No, we're gonna skip that part.
Con.
Let me get Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. Ecclesiastes.
Say 3 and 15. Yeah. Con. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and God requireth that which is past.
So what's happening at this time is still happening now. It happened in Egypt, it happened in Persia, it happened here. The hate they have for us then is the same hate they have for us now, and it's the same hate they're gonna have for us. So we can't trust these people, man. We gotta get away from these people. Me and Micah 2 and 10. Because spiritually, this is talking about, it's not talking about get up and leave America. What?
Micah 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
So these people will destroy you. Their ways will destroy you. Their perverseness will destroy you. They're the border of wickedness. The Most High God says, no, it's nothing more wicked than these people. Okay. Let me get Exodus chapter 1, verse 9. This is going into the Pharaoh, but I really want to get a point of verse 16, because I told y'all already, like, people could not like your people or not have your well-being in mind, sisters, heathens, and still want to get with you. Go ahead.
Right. Exodus 1 and verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
That's why they don't like Mexicans. Because they can't say they have so many damn kids. Go ahead. That's why that wall's at the border. Go ahead.
Come on. Let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply and they come to pass, that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Okay, Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens.
Taxes. All these type of things that make it harder for us. Right? Raising your rent. All these things are they don't care about no raising or no rent. They own their houses. They constantly doing this stuff, partially due in part to greed, but it's to make us not be able to ever really wiggle and do nothing. If it's not one thing, it's the other. You know what I'm saying? Raising insurance prices, raising rent, raising the insurance, the interest rates and all that stuff. You think they need that money? I'm telling you, that is a thing that they're aiming to keep us down. Go ahead.
To afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Python and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
Because we glory in tribulation, the telltale sign of an Israelite. Go ahead.
And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
And they're grieved because of us. That's why when the sisters was on there trying to support black business, the white women was grieved because of that. Couldn't stand it. You just ignore it. We got to watch KKK rallies with the police escorting them. That ain't racist though, huh? That's freedom of speech and all this other stuff, right? Okay, go down to number 16.
Verse 16.
Verse 15, I'm sorry.
15, And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him.
If it be what?
If it be a son, then ye shall kill him.
That's why Moses' mother had to send him on his way. But what? After that, what?
But if it be a daughter,
if it's a woman,
then she shall live.
Because my son might want to pop her. If it's a boy though, it's a wrap. Kill him. God is telling you. That's why I don't want to hear I got a black wife. I don't care. You still hate me. So stop thinking your daughter marrying, and these are Hamites. So stop thinking your daughter marrying an African man from the so-called motherland as a come up. These people hate us in Confederate. Let me get Joel 3:6. These people hate us and are confederate with all the other nations in the destruction of our people, especially against our men, as you can see. In verse 16, the male babies of our nation were killed. They spared the females because they can be maids, servants, whores, and harlots. For the pleasure of the heathen, of course. Just like he didn't want to let us go because they wanted to get rich off of us. Financially, they want to please their flesh with us, everything. Go ahead.
3 and 1.
Yeah. No, Joel 3:6.
Joel 3 and verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
So that's what they did. These same people that come over here, because I done saw, just like they have these TikToks about white people, it's the same thing about, oh, go get you this is female, she going off. She's supposedly a Israelite, but she just, my mom know I'm talking about. She went off the deep end. She got an African husband. She got an African long distance relationship. Yeah. African long distance relationship. Hey, if she go out there, she probably won't come back. I'm not talking about cause she want to stay. She might not be found no more. Okay. So I always tell people, like I said, they can love the women and hate us because they don't love them for real. They love their body or whatever else. I mean, they are the most beautiful women in the world, right? Of course they want to get with our women, but they're threatened by us for sure. Okay. Let me get Ezekiel 39 and 23.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 39 and verse 23. And the heathen shall know.
No,
it's good. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me.
They smart in their own mind and don't want to do what the Most High God said. When he said, don't give your daughters to them in marriage. Trust me, the Most High God does not like when an Israelite woman gets with a damn heathen. He is not like that. That is not pleasing to him. So we went into captivity for that sin too. That's gonna hold us back too. Go ahead.
It reads, for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them.
So and see, the white man through the spirit, he know they not supposed to be with him. So every time he get a black woman, trust me, he looking at every black man like, yeah, I got her. And through the spirit, he know that's destroying our nation. Go ahead.
It reads, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword.
Hey, and like I said, I love my cousin, but the Most High, after she chasing heathen so much, he gave her into the hands of this heathen, and she was destroyed. Sadly. So literally, white man or any race that make marriage with Israelite women is a win-win for those nations. They get to enjoy the beauty. Give me Psalms 50 and 2. They get to enjoy the beauty of an Israelite woman, which is not comparable to any other woman on the planet. In Ashire's voice, factual. Let me get that.
The book of Psalms 50 and verse 2. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, the Most High have shone.
The Most High perfectly created the black woman. You look foolish next to the white man. That picture I just showed of my cousin next to that white man, it doesn't even look right. It looks weird. Let me get Babylon and Timbuktu, page 91, paragraph 2. Just to prove this been going on. I got it right here if you need it. Page 91, Babylon and Timbuktu, page 91, paragraph 2.
And it reads, in the 14th century, a Muslim writer named Batua wrote about the women in one of the cities of Ghana.
And this was a Jewish Ghanaian community with Jews, because remember there was Hebrew kings in Ghana. Go ahead.
Right. He found the women of Walata of surpassing beauty.
Of what?
Of surpassing beauty.
So our women been bad. They been chasing them. Go ahead.
And he should have known what he was talking about because he traveled widely.
So he traveled very, very far. He knew a lot of places, and he was drooling over the daughters of Zion. He says, the most beautiful woman I ever seen in my life. Okay. What do you think the Muslims was doing during the Islamic expansion when they came across our women? Raping them? You think they raped their own women?
Yeah.
They raped their own women. They beat their own women. So what you think they was doing from this side though? What you think they was doing to our women? There's nothing new under the sun. And we got to understand, this whole lesson is we have to understand these people are not our friends. No, we don't have to focus on them. We don't got to rebuke Esau. We don't got to go street teaching and just be Edomite slayers and killers. But we need to know who our enemy is. We do need to know that. That is a very important thing. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it, but the stuff that, that be going on in Dubai, you know what I'm saying? I actually had, a homegirl in the world, you know what I'm saying? Told me to run down what be going on, so it's like there's nothing new under the sun. They was the way they was treating our women before.
Yeah, I saw something about that. They it's like they stared them and stuff, but because they can't have a piece of them, it's like they start spitting at them and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, like all type of abominations.
Yeah, like some double-minded. They be doing some double-minded stuff when it comes to our people. Like it's like they love them so much they hate them or something. You know what I'm saying? So
it's kind of like a form of disrespect. I'm gonna take your beautiful women, your top women on the internet or social media, and I'm gonna treat them like the scum of the dirt that they is. You get what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna share my screen again. I'm gonna be trying to make it irrefutable by the end of this lesson. Somebody's just gonna have to not believe in God to tell me that I'm tripping. So Mozambique, which it's a lot of Mozambique was like one of the main hubs for the Red Sea slave trade, the Arab slave trade, all the slave trades that went from the East Coast, which we presumably came from the West Coast, even though some went from Mozambique to Brazil and stuff. But the transatlantic slave trade mostly took our people over here. But it was a lot of slave trade over there. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of Israelites over there. They just are really lost, like all the way lost. They calling themselves those nations, just like we did. But Most High willing, somehow, some way, a revelation come where they start waking up too. You know what I mean? So Mozambique, hundreds of women and girls are abducted. Okay, an armed group linked to the Islamic State, ISIS, Ishmaelites, Arabs, has since 2018 kidnapped and enslaved more than 600 women and girls in Mozambique's northern Cabo Delgado province. Human Rights Watch said today Mozambican and regional forces have rescued some of them, but many remain missing. He said our children will be taken from us, right?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, this how you search out Israelites. I'm trying to find, because Ishmael been doing this, man. Ishmael been doing this. It's not just the white man. That's what I'm trying to say. Because the last time it was a lesson, and a brother told me one of his friends watched it and it was like, "Oh, why they only talk about the white people. Shit, all of them is confederate against us. Okay, I'm not even gonna get all the way into this, but as you can see, linked to ISIS. A lot of people like ISIS because they hate America. They be like, yeah, ISIS, get them. Man, them your enemies too. They don't like you. Stay neutral. You don't gotta like Arabs just because you hate America. Don't rub elbows with any of them. Okay. So these are Mozambican women. This is who they kidnapping. You know what I'm saying? These are women they going after. And if you read in that article, it says that they go after the light-skinned women. So it's actually a curse to be light-skinned over there because they trying to kidnap the light-skinned women. Okay? These are sisters in Mozambique. I don't see ham. You know what I'm saying? I don't see ham. Mozambique. I don't see ham. These is Israelites.
Yeah.
I can stand on that. I don't see ham. And just need to put some more clothes on, but you know what I'm saying? I don't see ham. These are Mozambican women. These are women that's getting kidnapped and sold and, you know, slave traded and sex traded. You know what I'm saying? And they're keeping us in this captivity, which is a result, a punishment of us not listening to the Most High God, his instruction, particularly in this matter I'm speaking on, marrying our daughters to heathen men. Let me get Jude 5:21.
The book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass on.
So
Why?
go ahead.
Right? Lest their Lord defend them and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
So it's basically saying if there's no sin with these people, we might need to like keep it pushing. Because if their Lord is with them, you see what they did to the Egyptians. We ain't gonna win. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's probably through the spirit what made Cyrus and Darius kind of be like, okay, just let them build their stuff up, man. Because I don't know, they ain't been in captivity in a while, and their God might be with them, man. Chill out. I ain't trying to run into that smoke. Okay. So let me get Nah, I'm gonna just go over that. So Ezra, Artaxerxes basically, when he bought those letters, he basically said, like I said, yeah, make them stop building the temple. Right. Because Jake was trying to build up the city too, low key. And Nehemiah came through, you feel me? So let me get Ezra chapter 5. Our forefathers standing bold in the face of these heathens right here. I love this story right here. Go ahead.
You want 5 and what, Malak?
1. Just start at 1.
Book of Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then the prophets Haggai, the prophet, and Zechariah, the son of Iddo, prophesied unto the Jews that were in Judah and Jerusalem in the name of the Lord God of Israel, right? Even unto them. Then rose up Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Joshua, the son of Josadak, and began to build the house of God, which was at Jerusalem. And with them were the prophets of God helping them.
So the prophet said, look, man, build it up. The Lord is with us. Build it up. Go ahead. Forget what these heathens talking about. Go ahead.
At that same time came to them Tatanai, governor on this side the river, and Shethar Boznai and their company,
all the heathens,
and said thus unto them, who have commanded you to build this house and to make
tell us what to do on our damn land,
right?
When y'all on part of our land that y'all stole. Yeah. Don't that sound like the audacity of the heathen? Go ahead.
And to make up this wall. Then said we unto them after this manner, what are the names of the men that make this building?
He like, man, give me the names, man. I'm about to go holler at the king.
Verse 5, but the eye of their God was upon the elders of the Jews.
So God was with us, like we just wrote. So the brothers was confident. Go ahead.
That they could not cause them to cease.
There's nothing you could tell them. The Most High sent his prophet and said, build, we're going to build.
Till the matter came to Darius.
So they wanted to go tell the king Darius now, because Artaxerxes had already passed on.
And then they returned answer by letter concerning this matter.
So they sent the letter to Darius,
Right? The copy of this
chapter 8. I mean, verse 8. I'm sorry.
verse 8. Be it known unto the king that we went into the province of Judea to the house of the great God.
And this going to show you this is a whole king later. So this probably was like the kids of the first people who was hating on us, and they still had the same hate. Go ahead.
It reads, which is builded with great stones, and timber is laid in the walls, and its work goeth fast on, and prospereth in their hands.
They was doing good. It was looking good and looking nice, and they was jealous.
Yeah.
Don't that sound like Black Wall Street to you?
Go
ahead.
Right. Then asked we those elders and said unto them thus, who commanded you to build this house and to make up?
So we went and asked them, who told y'all to do this? Go ahead. We asked for their names. Chapter 11, verse 11.
Verse 11. And thus they returned us answer, saying, we are the servants of the God of heaven.
They stood bold. Like, man, we the Israelites, man. We don't need to answer to you. Go ahead.
And earth, and built the house that was builded these many years ago.
So he gave them some history. Like, we've been built this house.
Right.
Verse 12.
Verse 12. But after that our fathers have provoked the God of heaven.
Who? They did what?
They provoked the God of heaven unto wrath. He gave them into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, the Chaldean, who destroyed this house and carried the people away into Babylon.
Verse 13.
But in the first year of Cyrus, the king of Babylon, the same King Cyrus made a decree to build this house of God.
So they pulled the car. Like, man, Cyrus said, build this up.
Right. And the vessel.
Go to chapter. Actually, we done with that.
All right.
We done with that. Chapter 6, verse 2, verse 1.
Ezra 6:1. Then Darius the king made a decree, and search was made in the house of the rolls where the treasures were laid up in Babylon. And there was found at Akameth in the palace that is in the province of the Medes a roll, and therein was a record thus written. In the first year of Cyrus the king.
So basically they went and looked, and he looked in the records and seen that Cyrus did give this decree. Okay, go ahead.
The same Cyrus the king made a decree concerning the house of God at Jerusalem.
Go down to verse 8.
Verse 8. Moreover, I make a decree what ye shall do to the elders of these Jews for the building of this house of God, that of the king's goods, even of the tribute beyond the river, for with expenses be given unto these men.
So this is going to show the power of the Most High God. The power made the heathen say, look, all that tribute that Artaxerxes was worried about, everything over there in that area, I want you to give to them to build this house up because Cyrus said so. But really, it was a Most High. So let me get verse 10. Actually, no, we're going to skip past that. Verse 11.
Verse 11. Also, I have made a decree that whosoever shall alter this word.
So if you don't follow what I'm saying and give them what they need to build their house up,
let timber be pulled down from their house.
See, I think he was scared, honestly. I think he was scared, like, look, God, the Most High is with them. If we go messing with them, he gonna tear me down like he did Pharaoh. Go ahead.
Right. And being set up, let him be hanged thereon, and let his house be made.
So he said, anybody that don't do what I said and leave them alone and give them what they need, take some wood off of their house, set it up, and hang them on it. All praise to the Most High. That's the Most High even using the damn heathen for what he wants. Let me get 2 Corinthians 13:8. Our forefathers knew wholeheartedly that they cannot trust their enemies. Our adversaries, people who are contrary to Kam Yasharada, the rising of the children of Israel. There's no reason to be friends with these people. And we have too many examples in the past and 2 weeks ago when my cousin died at the hands of this wicked ass Edomite, that our best interest is not in their mind. They don't care about you.
Right.
Like Michael Jackson said, they don't really care about us. That's why they killed him. He probably was about to spill the beans on the industry. You feel me? Go ahead.
Right. Book of 2 Corinthians 13:8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the
There's
truth.
nothing you can do to stop this prophecy. So just like the Most High God said, we're going to be on top. The Most High God said, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. The Most High God said, don't marry your women to the heathens. Don't follow the ways of the heathen. Okay. And we have to listen to that. We can't skip past that. If I could skip past that, then I could just be a Christian and choose which commandment I want to follow, which statute I want to follow, which law I want to follow. Right. And our people, they had faith in the Most High and were obedient to him, and they prospered and they built it up. That's the main thing I think anyone listening to these oracles of God should get from this account from our forefathers. So this is the struggle, though. Jeremiah 17:4.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Did that happen?
Con.
The Most High God, his words is ringing true. So his judgment's gonna ring true too. So you should be scared. That's part of having faith, is having faith in those judgments too.
Con.
You can't just have faith and say, I'm an Israelite, Deuteronomy 7:6, I'm better than everybody. The law was given to me. The kingdom of heaven got 12 gates for the children of Israel, but you don't believe that the Most High will give you into the hands of these heathen if you ride with them. I think that's the main thing. Our people, they don't think about the judgments. They don't really believe in the judgments. They just like this facade that we better than everybody. That's cool. But it's judgments in the Bible too. Okay. Let me get Deuteronomy 32:7. So unfortunately, like that verse said, we lost our heritage. In losing the knowledge of yourself, you lose the important knowledge of who your enemies and your adversaries are. Because like in Ezra, our forefathers knew very clear who their adversaries was. They even called it in the verse our adversaries. They didn't just say, oh, the white people, or they said our adversaries. They know, like that's because they knew, like, oh yeah, our forefathers told us what happened with them. And our forefathers told us what happened to them. Right? Go ahead.
Right. Book of Deuteronomy 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old.
Forget the past.
Remember the days of old.
It's old. It happened a long time ago.
Remember the days of old.
People change.
Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
So let me get Isaiah 30:8. I'm gonna nail this one in. And then Jeremiah 30:2 after that.
Book Isaiah 30 and verse 8. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever.
No, that's the Old Testament.
Forever and ever.
Things change, man.
Forever and ever.
Okay. Jeremiah 30:2.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 2. It reads, thus speaketh the Lord God of Israel, saying, write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book.
I got common sense. I don't need to read no book, man.
Right. That I have spoken unto thee in a book.
Man, them people is wearing sandals, man. You think I'm gonna do what they do?
That I have spoken unto thee in a
So the Most High reiterates over and over, write this in the book and read it and pay attention to it and don't forget it. We've discontinued from our heritage, so we need to read it to know, or else we don't have no knowledge. So remember the Egyptians, the Africans, not the Negro enslaving and mistreating you. You see what he doing? Hold them by their hair. This what Africans really think of you. Okay. You see, he got booty face, right? My man got a beard right here.
Yeah.
My man got one of these. You can see a little hair right here. They even put a little hair right there.
And they was different shades of brown as well. Right?
Yep. Just like the Negro, right?
Yeah.
Look at my daughter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Look at my son. Two completely different shades.
Yeah.
Remember Esau trashing Jerusalem in 70 AD and stealing everything we had. Most High God said, write it down. Remember it, right?
Con,
Remember the days of old.
right?
But the world say it's the past. Get over it. Kumbaya, Kuna Matata, right?
Lord said, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
Khan. Remember Tyre and Zidon, some more Hamites and Africans selling you out to the Grecians, the Edomites, and modern day white people. See them chains, right? See your baby, you see that look of fear, see that look of just disgust and shame. And you see they had our women without clothes on. They were shamed. It's a shameful thing for your thigh to be showing. So they was really like shamed, like, man, they got me out here. You know what I'm saying? And you got the Hamites right here with their little spears, little tree swingers, selling us out. You feel me? Melanated people doing business with the white man, selling other melanated people. There's depictions all everywhere. Remember the Assyrians gentrifying northern Israel and carrying away the northern kingdom into captivity, and still wanting to come get a part of Jerusalem too. Jerusalem, Inglewood today. They want Inglewood. They want Inglewood. What you got right here? Fringes.
Beards on their face.
Beards on their face. You see the Assyrian man with his little knife, with his little sword. You know what I'm saying? We got our bag because they was getting us up out of there. This was the Trail of Tears before the Trail of Tears.
Yeah, bring that up.
Okay. Some more Assyrians up here. And you got the children of Israel right here doing the work. Remember that. See, didn't the Egyptians have us by our hair? Look, the Syrians did the same thing. Tell me these people ain't been hating us. Got the sister right here with her head wrap still on, trying to hold on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to hold on to her decency. You feel me?
Right.
Look, got our brothers right here praying with their hands up, like we pray today, right? Remember Ishmael forcing Islam on us after he killed our mighty man for standing up for idolatry, standing up to idolatry. Remember that? Ishmael did it too. See these depictions? Sultans. They had slave markets too. It wasn't just the white man. Look at these slave markets. Look at them sisters right there. Got their hair braided. You think these are just fairy tale depictions? Look, cutting our sister's throat right here. Brother right here bleeding out. He wiping the blood on his garment. Hey, Ishmael, bloody man too. Some more Iwa man. Some more depictions. Got our women out here naked like this. Shaming our women. Imagine somebody coming over and putting you and your wife in one of these and taking all her clothes off. Remember Amalek attacking us in the wilderness. Let me get Exodus chapter 17. After we left Egypt. Get straight to verse 13.
The book of Exodus 13 and verse 17. And Joshua discomforted Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword.
So we took care of him when Moses raised his arm. We prevailed against the heathens, right? Okay. Verse 14.
And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, write this for a memorial.
Forget about it and get along with him a couple thousand years later.
Write this for a memorial in a book. And rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
So the Most High said, remember this. Remember what he did to you. Verse 16.
Verse 16. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
And that's why he paying our sisters to be sexy reds now. That's a war. Literally giving the ignorant people of our nation money, that's warfare. They funded the labor for the slave ships. to take us farther away from our home, Israel, so they could cast lots comfortably and keep us more confused in the hands of their British cousins. So did Jews really own slaves? Right? Because I hate when our people be like, oh, don't be anti-Semitic. I know Shaq love him some Jews. Who loves some Jews?
Amari
too?
Stoudemire.
Oh, LeBron loves some Jews. I saw him holding a rabbi hand and walking around, looking like a pet Rottweiler or something. Charles Barkley, they all love Jews. They all love the Ish community. You know what I mean? And fair use for anything I used.
Like Salaki, they feel like a blessing is gonna come upon them, but reverence.
That's
them.
how lost they are.
Come.
Like they think that they the people when you actually the people.
Yeah.
And if you actually read the Bible, it tells you that they fake and they gonna be using you the way they're using you.
And the only way how they're getting blessed is through your ignorance.
Come.
Come.
So did Jews really own slaves? This is on myjewishlearning.com. Yes, a historian and Reform rabbi wrote in his 4-volume history of American Jews that over 75% of Jewish families in Charleston, South Carolina, Richmond, Virginia, and Savannah, Georgia owned slaves. Nearly 40% of the Jewish households across the country did. The Jewish population in these cities was quite small, however, so the total number of slaves they owned represented just a small fraction of the total slave population. Eli Faber, a historian at a New York City John Jay College, reported that in 1790, Charleston Jews owned a total of 93 slaves and that perhaps 6 Jewish families lived in Savannah in 1771. So you do the math. 93 divided by 6. It's about 13 slaves per Jewish family. Now, I'll be the first one to hold ourselves accountable. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Come.
Classic. We're almost done, y'all.
Come.
The last couple slides are going to be pictures.
Come. Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Come.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes,
Don't marry the heathen.
to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So it's our fault. Let's keep it a buck. It's our fault. Us not following the commandments of God is the reason why he put us in the hands of these devils. So let that sink in. Let me get Genesis 27 and 38.
Come. The book of Genesis 27 and verse 38. And it reads, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
So this is why he mad, because we got the blessing that he wanted, that he sold for some pottage. Go ahead.
Right? And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above.
Don't they got ministries everywhere, fake ministries everywhere? What do you call the military outpost everywhere? He's everywhere.
Right?
So the Most High came true right here, what he said. Go ahead.
Come. And by thy sword thou shalt live.
So the sword he shall live. He has the best weapons in the whole world. Go ahead.
Come. And shall serve thy brother, and it shall
But
come.
see, he reiterated though, you gonna serve your brother one day though. That's Isaiah 14 and 1. You gonna serve him one day, but I know he gonna go off. So I'm gonna give you a little bit, right? I'm gonna give you a little bit. It's gonna come to pass for prophetic reasons, most of all. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
And that's what happened when they got the dominion, when they ruled over us and they trained us like little pit bulls and had us fighting with each other about whose masses plantation is bigger. He said, oh, we could take the yoke about these niggas now. Okay.
Come.
And that's what he did right here. Abraham Lincoln, the savior.
Yeah. He freed the
He
slave.
freed the slaves. He was jealous of all the free labor they was getting down there.
Come, right?
You know what I'm saying? But this is prophecy. The yoke was broke.
Come.
Okay.
You're no longer a slave, you're an employee.
Yeah. The Most High used the heathen and other races plenty of times in history to execute judgment on our nation for our sin, particularly and most recently the so-called white man. Why is this important? Let me get 2 Ezra 6 and 7.
Come. Come, got you. 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting thunder of times?
So our forefathers was inquiring about the times, right?
Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that
So
followeth?
when is this world going to come to an end? Because they understood scripture. They understood that Jacob got next. You know, we came out holding the hill, Esau, etc. Right? It was prophetic. It was symbolic. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
So Esau is going to be ruling the world when this world comes to an end. That's another reason why we know who Esau is, because all the signs of the times, the earthquake in diverse places, everything is going on. So whoever's in power right now, who's ruling everything, that is Esau. It's just not because he was born red and hairy. Okay, and we got next Job 9:24.
The book of Job 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
He said Esau is the border of wickedness too. So the earth is going to be given into the hand of these wicked people, whoever Esau is, right? The world belongs to the white man. I'm sorry to tell you. The world belongs to the white man. So this, like I said, it's more things than just color that points towards who Esau is. Go ahead.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So who covered the face of the judges? Let me get 1 Timothy 4:1. Who is the judge? Who was the judge that they're speaking right here that they covered the face of?
1 Timothy 4:1. Now the spirit.
2:1. I'm sorry. 2 Timothy 4:1.
Okay.
2 Timothy 4:1.
You good, Malak? 2 Timothy 2:1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Christ Jesus, right? And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses.
That's not it. I'm sorry. So I'm looking for shall judge the Lord God shall judge. No, that's not it. I'm gonna find it right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 Timothy 4:1. Okay, there you go. I thought maybe I put it down wrong.
Salakia. 2 Timothy 4 and verse 1. I charge thee therefore before the Most High and the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, who shall judge the quick.
Who shall what?
Who shall judge the quick and the dead.
Yahushua is the judge. So who changed the image of Christ? Who changed the face of Christ? The white man. They changed it to Caesar Borgia. It said the heathen sought the book to paint the images of him in there.
Right.
Okay, there are all type of indications of who's who in this Bible. It's not just curses that show who we are. It's a lot of things that show who Esau and who Ishmael and who everybody else is. Okay. Let me get this is another point of why separating from the heathen of the nations and following the commandments along with having faith in Christ is important. Look what we have to look forward to at the end if you just follow God and do what he says. Let me get 2 Ezra 6:20.
2 Ezra 6:20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book,
verse 25.
Verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation.
And see what?
And see my salvation.
And what else?
And the end of the world.
The end of this wicked world. I want to see the end of this world. I want to see the end of this world. I want to be alive when it happened. Most High willing, if he gonna come back in my lifetime, I pray to the Most High God I'll see that. Verse 26.
26. And the man that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth.
So it's gonna be people who never tasted death in their lifetime. Of course, it's gonna be people living. Go ahead.
And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning.
And that's the laws written in your heart. This 2 Ezra 6:27. Next verse. This is the part I want to see the most.
For evil shall be put out.
For what?
For evil shall be put out.
And Esau gonna be put out. Go ahead.
And deceit shall be quenched.
And there's gonna be no more deceiving. It's gonna be no more things that deceive the children of Israel to continue in sin. Let me get Proverbs 11:21. This is for the heathen lovers right here. What?
The book of Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 21. Though hand join in hand, The wicked shall not be unpunished.
The what?
The wicked shall not be
You
unpunished.
can't save them.
The wicked shall not be
Go
unpunished.
ahead.
But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
The seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So be righteous if you want to get delivered. And you cannot save the other nations. You especially can't save Esau. You got a whole book of Obadiah. It's a wrap for them. Okay. Isaiah 13:13.
Book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, and the wrath of the Lord of hosts in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chase roe.
A chase roe. A roe is like a deer. So it says it's gonna be like a deer, like chasing a deer. You ever seen a lion chase a deer or like an antelope? It's gonna be people ripping and running everywhere. It's gonna be crazy in that day. Go ahead.
And as a sheep that have no man,
A lost sheep. He just wild, just running amok, right? Untamed. Go ahead.
take it up, they shall every man turn unto his own people, and flee every one into his own land.
They gonna do what?
And flee every one into
But
his
they
own
gonna turn
land.
to who?
They shall every man turn to his own people.
So the Most High is gonna have everybody turn to their own people because that's how it's supposed to be in the first place. You ain't
Correct.
supposed to be around. It just said when I take you to this land that you're gonna inherit, I'm gonna drive everybody out. You know what I'm saying? He don't want you with them. Verse 15.
Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
So if you think you're gonna stay here and just chill and be good, you're gonna be thrust through with a sword. And what's gonna happen to all the people who think it's okay to just marry heathens and love heathens and want to be buddy and hand in hand with heathens?
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Everyone that's joined to them will fall by the sword, thus saith the Lord. Verse 16.
Verse
And
16.
his go to Serena Williams and all the sisters that want to go have kids with heathens. Go ahead.
Their children also shall be dashed into pieces.
Who?
Their children also shall be dashed into pieces
Uh-huh.
before their eyes.
Right in front of you.
Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished.
And you're probably gonna be getting raped by random white men too. When all the turmoil start happening, let your husband die. You're gonna see how wicked they are. So what is the Most High telling us here? You can't save the world and make God love everybody. He doesn't. He loves and chose Israel and set us apart from everyone else. You cannot assert authority over God and put together what he divided. If you are joined to a heathen married in the day of visitation, following their ways, their holidays, their doctrine, their wicked laws that are contrary to the Most High God, you will fall by the sword. You will taste death, while the righteous of our nation will not taste death at all. Do you really want to be slain by Yahweh Shai and the elect? Even worse, ladies, you with the heathen, especially with the Edomite, and have some little Edomite children, guess what? They're going to be dashed to pieces by the men of the Lord. Thus said the Lord. Let me get Psalms 137 and 7.
That's the spirit.
I mean, did I say I ain't been saying none of my words. How many precepts is that already? Like 100?
Man, about 100.
I'm just saying, I ain't said none of my words. I told you at the beginning, it's gonna be just a story told. Like I ain't gonna say nothing. Go ahead.
Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
No, forget about them.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom. In the day of Jerusalem,
in 70 AD,
who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof.
Raise that temple up, raise them walls up, get them walls out of there, destroy everything. Go ahead, verse 8.
O daughter of Babylon.
So Edom is a daughter of Babylon.
Right.
Go ahead.
Who ought to be destroyed.
Most High is going to kill them. Go ahead.
Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served
so
us.
Happy will we be when we reward you for what you gave us. Why our sisters want to be with the people who the Most High God is saying that we're going to be happy to destroy them? It don't make no sense. Go ahead.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
Thus saith the Lord. So sisters, if you haven't Edomite children, it's going to be some brothers dashing them to pieces. Thus saith the Lord. So you might want to think twice, man. We get Romans 13 and 11.
The book of Romans 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time that it is now high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
So we're getting closer, and nobody knows the time. And trust me, the salvation is nearer than we believe. I'm not going to give no date or no year, but I don't see another generation or two happening. Okay, I mean, Sirach 18 and 27. Because we gotta pay attention to what's going on. We in La La Land. We in this little matrix. You know what I'm saying? We in the TikTok world. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
The book of Sirach 18 and 27. A wise man will fear in everything, and in the day of sinning, he will beware of offense.
Be careful.
Right? But a fool will not observe time.
Only fools don't pay attention to what's going on. Only fools don't pay attention to what happened to their forefathers in a later time. Only a fool don't care what happened to their forefathers in a later time and say this is different. This is a different time now. You are foolish if you live like that. Let me get Lamentations 4:1. This is some good news right here. Got a couple more. It's 7 o'clock. We'll be done by 7:15.
Book of Lamentation 4:1. How is the gold become dim?
I'm sorry, 21.
21.
But read that. Go ahead.
How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed?
How is the chosen people of the Most High God changed and become dim?
Right? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street.
Verse 21.
Verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
So you know, like when something happening and they be like, you better enjoy it right now. So the Most High is saying, rejoice and be glad, Edomites. Be glad. Be glad. This your time. This your kingdom. Enjoy it. Go ahead.
It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
You're going to read what you saw. Go ahead.
Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself
You will
naked.
be drunken. The cup you gave my people, if you put it into like if it's alcohol, I'm gonna make you drink that cup so much you're gonna be drunk. You're gonna be drunk with calamity. Go ahead.
And shall make thyself naked.
He gonna uncover all the transgressions, all the sins of the white man. He gonna bring he gonna bring shame to the white. They're gonna feel ashamed for what this man's gonna feel ashamed for what he did to my cousin.
All person most.
He's gonna feel ashamed one day. Most I wouldn't. I see it. I hope I see him walk back in some handcuffs with a nice amount of years on him. Go ahead.
The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
So the Most High said, when we are in captivity of Edom, our punishment will be accomplished. And he will no, this is the important part. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. We got carried away on them slave ships to captivity to the daughters of Edom, to the sons of Edom. It's no more captivities after this. Our punishment is almost up. Our punishment is almost finished. So why keep sinning? It ain't no second chance. It ain't no, oh, you just gonna go into another captivity and see if y'all can get it right. No, this is it. Read 22 again.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
He said it's time to get up with Esau and Edom. When we get Genesis 36 and 8, it says, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. Just to prove, Esau is Edom. He said, it's time for me to visit the sin. Because then he say it's built it up to the heavens. It's time for me to visit them. He will discover thy sins. The Most High set up Esau with the sword to use him as a tool to chastise us when we turn away from the Most High. He didn't set him up for us to envy his wicked ways. Let me get Proverbs 24:1. He didn't set us up to envy his wicked ways, to take gifts from him, nor for our women to envy the gifts and the things that he can offer you off the blood money of your forefathers. He didn't set Esau up for that. He set him up to chastise us. Like my brother always say, we not on vacation. We serving a judgment out here. That's almost up. Time is almost up. Your chances is almost up. Grace is almost up. Judgment time is almost here. And everybody say we Pharisees, we just preach law, law, law. I'm gonna say it right here on the camera right now. Christ is the way, the truth, and the light. Have faith in Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Have faith in his way. Try to be perfect. Therefore, like our Father in heaven is, and maybe you'll make it to the kingdom of heaven.
Bring that out.
Because we got faith in Christ. Give me Proverbs 24:1.
Proverbs 24:1. Be not thou envious against evil men.
Don't envy what evil men have, because you might have to be evil to get what they got.
Get calm. Yeah.
You know how you envy the drug dealer? Well, guess what? You got to sell crack to your homeboy mama to get that. I saw a brother get stabbed up over here on Schlosson, close to West Boulevard, and I was getting some gas one time. I was out of bounds stopping right there, but I don't know why I stopped. But the dude, I heard him talking. He stabbed him up right in front of me, and he was like, "Yeah, nigga, yeah, I know what you did while I was in jail. Nigga, you was selling crack to my mama." Don't envy what evil men have or what they do. Go ahead.
Neither desire to be with them.
Sisters, don't desire to be with them. These people are evil. These people hate you. They hate the brothers of your community. They hate your forefathers. I done went through enough history showing where they hate you. Where the Most High said they hate you. And he said, memorialize when you beat them. Make sure yo tell Joshua.
Yep.
Tell Kalab.
Yep.
Tell Makazah. Tell Namanawa. Tell Dishah.
Hey, that's raising up the spirit of the Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
God.
These people have envied everything we had ever since Cain and Abel. Cain was just like Abel, giving a proper sacrifice, and his being rejected. If you have ears to hear, understanding what Cain and Abel symbolize. Cain and Abel's spirits came back upon the earth. Esau and Jacob, he still hated us and envied our blessing. Okay? Never trust your enemy. The indigenous expertise helped early European colonists survive the harsh winters. So our 10 tribe brothers trusted them and helped them survive winters. From the pilgrims of the Mayflower to the explorers who became stuck on ice while searching the Northwest Passage, we helped them. Looking at it from the Indians' point of view, they probably had little reason to suspect the horrors that were come. They'd had limited interaction with the white man. Most tribes probably had no idea what happened down in South America with the Spanish, up in Canada with the French, had made strides in coexisting with the regional Indians and even advocated interracial marriages. So it's likely the Indians were leery to the unknown is always frightening, but naive and confident enough not to view newcomers as anything to fear. The Europeans came bearing gifts to trade. That's why I said, oppression surely maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroy of your heart.
God.
And some tribes did initially profit from their arrival. Now here's the betrayal, the trail of tears. What's the white man's view of Native Americans after they pampered them up and showed them how to survive the winter, et cetera, et cetera? When the gold rush to California, right? So the gold rush to California. Let me see. Shit. So the white man's view, it's probably written by a white man too. Okay. See him mining gold right here, right? Okay. Hillbillies, trailer park. You look Irish. You look like somebody at my job. So let me see. This is a white man saying this. He said, I first became interested in California Indian history because I was trying to figure out how could it be that men from the eastern part of the United States who had lived presumably as upright citizens when they weren't, they were criminals, could come into California and commit such acts of unconscionable cruelty. Men that had never seen an Indian before in their lives record in their diaries how anxious they are to shoot one. and sometimes finding one to shoot just for the fun of it.
Murder for sport.
So they can write back a letter that they had done so. Hey, mama, I shot an Indian. How could this be? And how could man engage in these acts of mass extermination? And I came to realize two things. See, the Most High put the spirit on him, just like he did with Darius. He making him tell the truth. And I came to realize two things. One, that this was a product of their own greed, that they came to California with great avarice. Of course, they were coming here to get rich quick, and they were frustrated men because they were not getting rich quick. And they're looking for someone to blame. What is the cause of my own failure? Is it me? It's someone else's fault. And usually the blame fell with lightning speed on the native people. They were in the way. They were blocking my success. And that other quality, that sense of utter dehumanization of regarding these people as being barely human beings, that's how they think of you. Or in some cases, not human beings at all. You know, they call us monkeys for a reason, right? Their diaries are filled with references to Indians of California as snakes and toads and skunks and lice and vermin, always trying, and they gonna kind of nerves to call us lice when they the only ones that get it. Always trying to communicate to convince themselves perhaps that these were not truly their brothers and sisters, because we ain't. So that's just a little snippet. That's a little snippet of you know, and you see, what you think they was gonna do to her?
Cold,
Beautiful sister. What you think they was gonna do to her? You think they was gonna? They probably was. I hate to say this. They was probably taking a picture, getting ready to go rape her.
Ravish.
You know what I'm saying? She kind of looked like she don't know what's going on. Probably a smallpox blanket. Plenty of broken treaties. I'm not even gonna go into that. It's basically kill them so much to put them into how United States did Japan. Drop 2 bombs on them to the point where they got to make a treaty. Kill them so much to the point where they have to agree to a treaty and cede land, which means give up land to these people so you can stop killing you. And then they promise you that they won't take this land. And then the criminals of your people go over there and take it anyway. And then they just turn a blind eye to it. I don't even got to go into that. Here go the little picture, a little list of the treaties. If anybody who like looking up history, go look up all these treaties and see what happened. Okay, the Tuskegee experiment, right? Free healthcare. In 1973, Congress held hearings on the Tuskegee experiments, and the following year, the study's surviving participants, along with the heirs of those who died, received a $10 million out-of-court settlement. That's pennies on the dollar. $10 million for poisoning my people for all these years, and having my babies being born with syphilis. My wife got syphilis. I got syphilis, and I'm living with it. And I'm thinking I'm more healthy because I'm trusting the white man.
And then they so cold and strategic with it. They're gonna make that money back quadruple just off you going to go buy the medicine.
Peep this out. As a result of the Tuskegee experiment, many African Americans developed a lingering deep mistrust of public health officials and vaccines. In part to foster racial healing, President Bill Clinton issued and everybody like him because he smoked weed. Stupid.
And
Issued a 1997 apology stating the United States government did something that was wrong, deeply profound, morally wrong. It is not only in remembering that shameful past that we can make amends and repair our nation, but it is remembering the past that we can build a better present and a better future. During his apology, Clinton announced plans for an establishment of Tuskegee University National Center for Bioethics and Research in Healthcare. Is that money going to black people? No, they're making their 10 million back. They're making they 10 million back. The final study participants passed away in 2008. All praise. They probably finally got some penicillin and healed their bodies a little bit. You know what I mean? So let me get Ecclesiastes 12 and 11. Their apologies mean nothing. They are not backed up with anything. The $10 million, like he said, they made it right back. That's hush money. Go ahead.
Book of Sirach 12 and verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, that thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
So he's not gonna not be wicked. You can wipe it and wipe it and wipe it. You can't clean no rust off. Okay. So this is why their apology don't mean nothing. This is the asset seizure and forfeiture. State and local law enforcement agencies conduct investigation involving a variety of crimes, including many where gangs, drug traffickers, and fraudsters and other type of criminals aim to make a profit. But how do investigators address the offenses when the perpetrators consider a prison sentence merely a cost of doing business, a brief respite from their regular lives, and know that they will return to their toys and illegal profits and high standards of living when released? To thoroughly explore the complex world of asset seizure, the FBI law is in two parts. When communicating about asset seizure and forfeiture, some people, including professionals, so basically, I'm gonna just get to the basically, this is saying if you commit a crime and you benefit from this crime and you use crime money to make more money, when we catch you, we're gonna take everything that we think you got from this crime money. Okay, that's basically what this is saying, right? This is a law. So Bill Clinton, you apologizing, saying sorry and crying me a river, right? Ain't we supposed to seize this land back?
Yeah.
Because y'all got everything off the back and the blood of Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So according to y'all law, you're supposed to give it all back. Everything that white people here have attained through criminal activity. So according to their law, it is supposed to be seized and returned to rightful owners. That means Zechariah 11:5. None of that has ever been done. That's why reparations is funny to me. Like, it shouldn't even be a conversation. Y'all should just give us that, and y'all still owe us. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Zechariah 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
So they're basically saying they're not guilty. That's a fake apology. You're saying you're not guilty because if you're saying you're guilty, then your law says that you have to give it back. That has to be seized from you because everything y'all got over here was off the back, the blood, the murder, the rape, and every other crime that you could think of the Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. Go ahead.
And they that sell them.
They that what?
And they that sell them.
See, this context clues in these scriptures of who the Most High talking about. Who sold us? White man. Go ahead.
Say, blessed be the Lord.
They want to be Christians now. Go ahead.
For I am rich.
Hey, like Calvinism said, I'm chosen. I'm the elect. God put me up like this. Go ahead.
For I am rich, and their own shepherds.
Hey, Jesse Jackson don't even pity them. They kill each other. Don't they say that? How you gonna complain about us killing? You guys kill each other. God, I'm rich. God put me up here. I'm a Christian. Me a second Ezra 7 and 10. I'm gonna just read it. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. When the Most High made the world for us, thus saith the Lord. So all these little gifts that men of other races can give our women to impress you, it was just stolen from your forefathers. They're literally buying you with your own stolen goods. Imagine that. He merely has the spoils of the destruction of your forefathers and mothers and brothers and sisters. Don't envy that. Surely oppression make a wise man mad, Ecclesiastes 7 and 7, and a gift destroyed the heart. It's a video here I'm going to skip, but it basically says Black women say that dating a white man is empowering. Where does that power come from? The blood of your forefathers. So you're selling out by even envying this empowerment.
And the only type of power that you feel is over your man.
And it's vain power.
Right? Because you don't have power over that white man.
Okay. These type of gifts. This is my cousin's page. You know, Valentine's Day. You know, excuse my language. Esau's a dope head, but his family's probably rich off the spoils of our forefathers so much he could afford to be a cokehead and still buy my cousin nice little gifts to destroy her heart. You know, here holding this Edomite's hand, you know, got a little purse and some drinks. Here's my cousin. Trusting in a white man. They're having her memorial today. She was with another white man before him. I don't know. Too long. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 19.
Ecclesiastes 26 and 19. My son, keep the flower of thine age sound, and give not thy strength to strangers.
Don't give your strength to strangers. Don't give your beauty to strangers. Don't give the Most High making you better than everybody to strangers. That's playing upon tables. Strangers, people of other nations. Go ahead.
When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thine own seed.
And speaking on women, you are a fruitful possession. So allow a man of your own people, who are, we know now, Israelites, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Allow him to, sow your seed and fertilize your fruit.
Yeah, fertilize.
Right. Go ahead.
Trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
Trusting in what?
The goodness of thy stock.
Trusting in your stock. This is where you come from. Your mama a black woman. Your mama a Mexican. How you gonna not say I don't? You know how many Mexicans be like, I don't like Mexican girls. I like white girls. What? I don't like black girls. They too loud and ghetto. I want a white girl. You know what the stumbling block is of that? You think she a good person, but because you with her, that's gonna be your stumbling block from getting this truth.
Right.
Go ahead.
So thy race, which thou
wait, so what?
So thy race.
Wait, hold on. What page is that?
86. God,
It's
Ecclesiastes.
the race.
Race.
I thought race wasn't in the Bible.
God.
I thought God loved everybody. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 26 and 21. So thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified.
So when you die, your race is gonna be magnified, and it's not gonna be no confused little Drake babies running around.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Salakia, having the confidence of their good descent.
Having confidence in your descent, in the blood of your forefathers. Okay. So with that being said, the Most High basically said, take people of your own tribe. Take people of your own people. You can read Tobit 4 and 12, Tobit 4 and 13. She should have been with a man of, she should have been with one of my, she'd have been with you, Kalab. You know what I mean? God says, stay with your own people. We got 12 tribes to choose from. If you don't like men in your close community, then you have many other Israelite tribes to choose from. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Thus saith the Lord in many ways, in many verses, precept upon precept. I want to thank everybody online. Remember, we got the page, precepts around the clock. Can you drop that in the chat one more time? Love, everybody like, comment, subscribe on the videos. We're gonna keep posting content. I have a feeling that's gonna be a hot channel because it's something where you could just do something quick. You ain't gotta really put too much time into it. I know we all busy. Other than that, like I said, to the family online, there goes a link. Go ahead and check that out. We love y'all. Thank you for tapping in. Till next time. Kwame Nasrallah.